I've been modeling for 15 years. My name is Annie Van Rickley. I'm from Mexico. I started actually in New York as a model of a runway editorial. Then I traveled to Paris, Milan, and Mexico City, LA. So I've been doing a little bit of everything. I do a lot of runway and I do a lot of editorials. So I think that's something that I can do very well. So I'm very happy to teach you guys a little bit of both if you want.
Yes, please. We would love to learn from you, learn from all your knowledge and wisdom. If you can, if you don't mind, maybe explaining a little bit of a difference. I know some of us here are aspiring models, and some of us are just here to learn more about modeling. But if you could tell us maybe the difference between like runway and editorial, and then if you don't mind showing us some of those differences as well, we'd love to learn.
Yeah, of course. I'm gonna start from the beginning because there's a lot of information. In the modeling agency, there's a lot of divisions of models. There's fashion models and there's commercial models. In the fashion industry, we do a lot of runway. For example, like big brands, and then for editorials, we can do Vogue, we can do Elle, Harper's Bazaar. And if we want to go a little bit to the commercial side, we can do with products that we can find in the supermarket. And yeah, it's different because there's different profiles. Depends of like your height, measurements, your profile, and what kind of model you look like. No, more commercial or more fashion. So in we have runway in commercial and fashion. So I want to explain you a little bit the difference. Commercial, we can mention Victoria's Secret, for example, or Guess, no, where you can see the models like walk on the runway or walk a little bit more. I don't know if you can see me well, like this. Full body, yeah, perfect.
Yes, we can see you.
My
That's
camera a little bit. Yeah. So I'm gonna explain you the difference. When you walk as a model like commercial, for example, Victoria's Secret, you move a lot your hips, you smile, you turn, and you send kisses to everyone. You know, you smile, you can look at the people around you, and the difference to do like your hips super strong. I'm sorry for my English; it's not perfect, but I'm trying to explain everything well. So the difference is in your hips. So when you want to walk more commercial, what you're gonna do is not just stay in one straight line. What you're gonna do is do it super strong and like cross your legs like super exaggerated. So this way you walk like commercial, okay? So you see. And then if you walk like a fashion model, you walk very straight, very serious, going looking to one point. For example, the lights. I always look at the lights in a runway. So you need to be very straight. Your back always like this, very straight. If you want to know if you're super straight, you just need to go to a wall like this, and this way you can see that I'm super straight. So your arms needs to be super relaxed and they need to move with your whole body, like very natural. When we are nervous, when we are new, and this is a problem that I had a lot, that I was super tense, that I used to do this with my hands, and then I don't know, move my arms like this, super weird. So with the experience, of course, everything is experience. What you're gonna do is just relax everything and just move with your body. You know, you can do your arms up to here when you are modeling as a fashion model, or you can put your arms and just walk straight like this. Okay, so I'm gonna show you the runway. This is a basic runway. I'm gonna explain to you why it's just basic, because we have a different kind of runways. There's a lot of information, but this is the basic. This is the runway that you can do in a casting, in a fashion casting. I don't know when, if you go to Fashion Week, New York, Milan, Paris, you can do this. Okay, I have a lot of space, but you can see a little bit. So it's kind of very natural. You can move your hips in fashion, like exaggerating, like commercial. But the difference is that your arms, you're gonna control them a little bit more, and you need to be serious on your runway, very serious. So that way, people can focus on your clothing. No, that's why we do it like that. In some runways, in some cases, the client can ask you, "Hey, can you please smile? Can you please turn around? Whatever." But if they don't ask you that, you're gonna walk just like basic. Okay, any questions?
That was a
For now,
perfect catwalk I saw.
oh, thank you. Thank you very much.
Can I ask
Thank you.
can I ask a question?
Of course.
Yeah.
Yes. My cat is.
No, yeah, it's just beautiful.
Hi, beautiful.
Hi, my name is Sebastian Lazo. I'm from Puerto Rico.
Thank you.
You know, hablas español, seguramente. Obviamente, eres de
Nice to
México,
meet you.
¿verdad? Oh, no, you
Claro.
speak claro.
Sí, soy
So,
mexicana.
yeah, no, y mucho gusto, ¿verdad? Desde acá, desde Puerto Rico, from here, from Puerto Rico. I'm gonna talk to you in English because I know that a lot of you guys speak English, and so when a man is modeling, does the same movements that you do, like those feminine movements, do they also apply for men and on the catwalk or on the runway? You know, is that viable for men too as well? So like a little
Yeah.
hip movement and you know, el guille, lo que le dice aquí el guille, you know, that front, you know, that sexiness, because at the end of the day, you're trying to look good on the clothes that you're selling. So movement is a requirement for that. So I suppose that my question is, can women do the same movements as you girls, as you women?
Yes, yes,
Yeah?
we can do same movements, but for example, depends on the division that you are in your agency, and your agency
Okay.
is gonna tell you, hey, you can walk more feminine, or you can walk more manly, but I can show you how men walks also.
Sure.
It's different. It's not
That
the
would be a
same.
great
If, for
example.
example, you are working for Armani. Yes, of course. So if
Yeah.
you're walking as a man, you don't cross your legs like exaggerating
Okay.
them, letting off the camera.
Okay.
It's different. So you just walk very normal, like you're walking on the street. Of course, like feeling yourself. When you feel yourself in the inside, you can put it on the outside so everyone can see, no, and
Okay.
everyone can connect with you on the runway. So for men, it's not crossing so much your legs. What you're gonna do is like walk like this. Okay, you can walk
Okay.
like
It's more
this, or you can
serious,
cross your
like,
legs.
okay.
And your back. You see, I'm super feminine. I do it very feminine. So for men, instead of doing like this, you do it a little bit more to the front. You know, like
Okay. Yeah. Okay. See, it's like a show off, you know, like you're exaggerating the attributes that God gave you. So you're gonna use that in the wrong way. In
exactly. Uh-huh.
yeah, okay.
Yeah. So for men, I'm gonna do it just from the side so you can see from a little
Yeah,
bit.
sure.
So it's not the same. For women, it's like this. And for men, it's like this.
Yeah, it's like more straightforward to the point. Okay. Okay, I get it.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's more
And the
serious.
difference is that you don't close it like
Yeah,
Mhm.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Thank you so much, Annie.
Okay. Yeah. So I can continue, right? If you have
Yes.
another question, just yeah. Okay. So I want to explain to you that in the modeling industry, there's different types of runways that you can do. For example, in the fashion industry, there's runway from couture runway. There is a different walk because the dresses are handmade and sometimes they're heavy, they're long. So people that is watching the runway needs to appreciate more, a little bit more the clothing. So, for example, what I did like the videos. I think I have my last videos. My last video, it's I have a runway that is like the basic, no? But for example, if you have a long dress, like couture, what you're gonna do to walk like slower, you're gonna cross your legs a lot. And then this way you can balance because sometimes when you walk slow, you can, you get nervous, you can unbalance. So this way, you're slow, you're enjoying the moment, you can have a little smile on your face, like for example, no, like man. You have a little smile, and then you move your arms, like a choreography, like very elegant, no? So you enjoy the moment. And I have a very important tip for you. So this way you don't fall on the runway when you have a long dress. My best tip is to put your toes very strong like this when you're walking. So if you put your toes very strong on the runway, you are gonna walk super strong. You're not gonna fall on the runway. You're gonna have balance on your walk, and your steps are gonna be super long. So this is very important when you walk on a runway that your steps are long. So that way it looks like a choreography, like something nice, something different, Like my cat is playing with it. So this is footwork. So there's also for example, runways that like streetwear that you can walk a little bit your runway like feminine and masculine, and that's like a little mix. In that way, and then when you're in a streetwear runway as a fashion model, what you do is like you put your shoulders a little bit in the front, and then your arms like a man, and then your steps are gonna be almost like a man. You can do that in your runway as a streetwear runway, and they're gonna be like super matte. In this kind of runway, you just put your face down like this, because normally you can be like this or like this. And in the street where runway, this way, like doing your face a little bit down, like looking down, like chin down. That way, your face looks like you're mad or focused and looks nice. So, your lips are also very important. Your face, not just your lips. Your face is very important on the runway. What I do is that I close my lips. So this way, can you see me well with this light? Or should I move it?
No, we
Is
can
it
see
okay
you.
for you?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So your eyes, I told you before, you need to be looking a little bit up from the photographer, so that way you're not looking for a camera, you're just focused on your thing, you don't look at anyone, you don't listen, you just focus on your walk. So eyes, and then you're gonna close your lips. And then you're gonna kind of put your eyes super bright and strong, like you can open them a lot. Or you can put your eyebrows down and look a little bit mad. Depends of what your agency asks you, because when you sign with an agency, they're gonna ask you, hey, I would love you to walk like this for the runway, like more mad. Your profile looks nice like this, looking mad, or whatever, no? You have any questions?
I have a questions about the eyes.
Yeah.
So obviously when you're walking forward, you're looking just above the cameras. When you're walking back, where do you focus on?
When I walk back, to the same point, because if you walk on like this, looking like straight, don't move your eyes so much. They need to be focused in the center, always in the center. Whatever you look like, you turn and you look at the same, center, 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 and up. So that way you don't look at the people and you don't And okay.
Sonia has a question.
Yeah.
Oh, Sonia, we can't hear you.
Tell me, Sonia.
No, we still can't hear you. I can't hear her. Maybe a Bluetooth connected? It says you're there you go.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Oh, okay, it was Bluetooth connected. Yeah, so my question is I know it's a different kind of runways. So I've done mostly the pageants where you normally make interaction with the audience while you're moving back. So is it applicable to all kind of runways, or is it like a different theory to each and every runway?
What you're asking me for the commercial runway, when you look at the people, when you're smiling, kind of?
Yes. No. Yeah.
Yeah. No. So that's when, for example, when you're doing a Victoria's Secret show, you can see the difference that the models are the stars of the show, and of course the clothes. But sometimes, like you always do the basic walk. If it's more commercial, more hits, and if it's more and a little smile on your lips, not smiling, but or you can smile, depends on what the client asks. But yeah, did I answer your question?
Yeah, just one more. Like for example, we go straight, and then when we're turning around, like in some of the my pageant shows, like you still turn around and look at the audience a little bit, and then go forward in the backward direction. So is that applicable to all kind of runways, or is there specific runways you do that? Or it
Yeah,
depends on
and
the
I think
agent?
it depends. I think depends on the runway. You can look at the audience, of course, because you need to turn, and sometimes you need to focus on something so that way you can balance. But you do it very like not very exaggerated. You can look at the people, it's not bad. But when you turn around, like you do your turn, I'm gonna explain also the turns. So when you turn around, you can do this very fast. And when you turn, you focus again in another point. Oh, so that way your face is not different on the runway. It's not this, it's not that. It's like, oh, looking at everyone. Always needs to be the same face. That way it looks organic and the photos the same and all the models like twins,
Yeah. Yeah.
But if it's more commercial, and you be yourself a little bit, and the client asks you, you're gonna say, okay, I can do that. I can smile, or a little smile. They are gonna explain, and we have rehearsals before every show. Or for example, what I like to do before doing a show or a casting is that I love to go on Google, ChatGPT, and look at the last collections or Vogue, whatever, and then what they like, what kind of runway they like, the models, how they walk. Because every 6 months, and this is very important, we are working for the fashion industry, and every 6 months everything changes. So you need to walk different, sometimes more exaggerated. Oh, this season they want the models to be like more normal, like more walking on the street. Like now they do a lot of shows without high heels, and before it was not like this, So this is kind of the basic, but it's just what is gonna change is gonna be the hips and your steps and maybe your back a little bit in the front or more exaggerated. Like for example, the 90, you remember how they walk like this?
Yeah.
This. And now you can look at the models, they're straight, but they're like this, like not doing much choreography,
Yeah. Thank you.
Perfect. Do you have another question? And someone else?
Brian has a question.
Right.
Hi there. Hi, Annie.
How are you?
Not bad. How are you?
Good. Nice to meet you.
So I'm Ryan. I'm from Canada, Alberta. Now, what would happen if you have multiple people go in the lanes? How would you know how to get the right movement and then turn without bumping into people?
Okay, so we always, of course, we're focusing in one point. We're looking in how I told you, but if I don't know if sometimes if you know how to look, like not moving your eyes, but if you can see what someone is doing, can you do that with your eyes? I don't know how to explain that in English. A ver, de Puerto Rico, ¿me ayudas? Ver de reojo. A ver, alguien sí sabe. Como ver de reojo.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, I know what you mean. It's
Is
when
it
you
smoking?
no
Sorry.
when you try to look at someone with a little bit of your side eye. It's a side eye. It's a side eye.
like-
Yeah, it's a side eye. Most definitely.
That's side eye.
Like with your
Oh,
side
yeah.
eye, like that.
Exactly.
Okay.
But of course, my English, I've been practicing, but sometimes I forget a few words. But side eye, not moving your eyes so much. This is a little bit of acting. So I always recommend you guys to take lessons of ballet acting, so you can act very normal on the runway. If, for example, if you make a mistake, you know what to do. You just act normal, and you don't make the face like you're scared or whatever. So side eye, you walk. If, for example, you do the runway and a model forgot a little bit of the rehearsal, so you just wait for the model to walk a little bit. You can, if you don't have nothing to do, you can just stop on the runway, or you can start walking slower, so the model can do their thing. And if, I don't know, the model failed or whatever, you can help, of course, no? First is helping, but if something's happening, you just need to walk slower and then wait for the model to pose or do their thing on the runway.
Okay, so it's more
And
like
always look inside eye. Always look inside eye, because something can happen, That way you are on the runway, but focusing on everything.
Okay, so by looking at the eye, just kind of keep going and still go with the flow and then kind of go back without having to bump into the next person.
But always focus in the front. Always in the front. Side eye, but front. So you can move your eyes. If you have nothing else to do, if there's something that happening, you need to look like it's just your eyes. If there's nothing else you can do, like, it's okay. If you have mistakes on the runway, they don't get mad. Of course, they want everything to look perfect because you are sometimes on live videos, TV. So, and they're taking photos, or they want everything perfect. But if there's a mistake on the runway, you fell in the runway, something broke, whatever, like you as a model, you're okay with that. Like that, you have no problem with the client with that, because there's always mistakes, always, so have something happening on the runway that there's nothing you can do in the moment,
Okay, thank you. I appreciate it.
So, I don't know if you like me guys to talk about a little bit how you can dress for a casting, what you can do on a casting.
Yeah.
When you go to a casting for a runway, you will need your book. I don't know if you know the portfolio with your photos, if you have it.
Okay.
So you will need that. You will need your comp card, and you wait. Depends on the client. If there's a lot of models waiting, and then they call your name. Your hands, your heels. Dressing, you can dress with pants like this, with black tops, with black shorts. As a man, also like this kind of pants, like skinny jeans. They love them all black. Preference when it's commercial, you can do more colors. Tell me. I cannot hear you. I think your sound is off.
Now you can hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
now that you're
Yeah.
saying that, I've been developing like an image concept for myself, and it's like it's an anonymous kind of image concept. So I have a designer, and she made free masks for me because I'm a singer songwriter, and I do this thing musically, which it's kind of cool, but like I've been trying to adopt the anonymity of Sia, all these bands and all these artists that started like putting and not showing their face. So I have a mask right here that I would really like to show you. This is one of them. I just, this is not my best one, but you'll get the point. My question is that, can I also do this for a runway? Like, I'm gonna show you. Right. Okay.
As a character, not like your character on the runway.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
it's my own image concept that I want to bring as an artist, because I've been studying this industry for a long time, and I came to the conclusion that when you cover your face, something happens that it becomes more intriguing, more mysterious. So can I use this for artistry, but also can I do it on the runway? Because I'm interested too as well. Modeling clothes. Why not? I haven't even tried it, but I think I can do it. But I have this concept with this mask.
Yeah.
So
I think it's really nice.
so I'm gonna put it on right quick, and just just to let you know, like, is it cool? Is it mysterious?
Yeah.
And okay, just one second.
But Sebastian, you'd have to get approval from whoever
Okay.
you're working with on the runway. But definitely, you would want to feature that like on your Instagram pages and different things
Sure.
like that. You could
Okay.
definitely show it off. But I think every designer is going to probably have a different opinion about it. But you can show us today if you want.
Sure. I mean, yeah, sure.
Yeah,
Why not?
like you said, on the casting, you go normal, without makeup, without hairstyle, just with a bun, or like your hair down, or I don't know, your hairstyle.
Yeah.
And you can also ask not the client, but maybe your agency to take some photos of you, and to show
Yeah,
the client
sure.
with the Polaroid, hey, he wants to do this and he has this idea, and maybe if you want to put it in your show, this can be nice, you know. But
Yeah.
for a casting, I recommend you to go without,
Without.
and then maybe ask the client, like, or as your agent before, if you can do that to
Okay.
a casting. But the agencies prefer always the model to talk with the agency and not the client. So maybe you can
So this is,
you can ask your
yeah,
agency, hey,
sure.
oh, it's nice. I love it.
So this is
It's really nice.
this is the concept, you know, like,
Oh, I love it.
yeah,
Yeah,
you know, you
that
can,
looks super nice.
because
And
I
then
use,
runway.
I
I
use,
love it.
yeah, as an artist, this is my image
Yeah.
concept because I use the harmonica like Bob Dylan, you know, so I
Yeah.
constantly, I'm using my mouth because I play
Mhm.
3 instruments at the same time. So I've been, you know,
Yeah.
like developing this image concept with, you know, with my team, and we came across, you know, this mask, and like we're trying to like get some feedback, you know. But
Mhm.
yeah, thank you so
Yeah.
much.
Yeah.
This is really
No,
good.
as
This
an
is really
artist,
good.
as an artist,
Yeah, as an artist.
as an influencer, you can propose that to your agent. Your agency
Sure.
say, hey, my
Sure.
talent likes to wear this, so this is kind of their image, but it's
Sure.
everything through the agency.
Yeah.
But to the castings, I recommend you to go without makeup. Of course, you
Sure.
put a little bit more like curl or
Okay.
lashes, or put like not highlighter, but like a little bit of makeup under this and then the backs and the eyes a little bit, and then blush. We can wear blush and then just highlight or lips very.
Yeah, just highlight your
Very good.
attributes.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
it's
Okay.
very basic. They
Yeah.
like
Okay.
basic, but you can do always that. I forgot to tell you something in the runway that is very important. The turns on the runway. There's different turns, fashion or commercial on the at the end of the runway.
Yes, ma'am.
So, and also I want to talk about the pose at the end of the runway. So, for if the client doesn't ask you to pose and stop at the end of the runway, if they don't ask you to do this, that in a fashion runway, don't do it. Okay? You want to walk like this, and I don't know. You just sometimes you just turn like a U-turn. This is one turn. Your U-turn. Or it can be to the left, the U-turn. Okay, so this is all about controlling your legs when you're turning. To put, as I told you, like to put, if you're wearing heels, you know, because sometimes when women were wearing heels, we can have balance. So you walk as a man, as a woman, and then you wear the U-turn. This is one kind of turn. And there's another kind of turn that is we stop at the end. They're gonna tell you where to stop, and then we stop. Sometimes we wait 5 seconds, or sometimes we do it fast, and then we just turn. You know, or 1, 2, 3, and then what I recommend you to do with your legs when you're turning, women and men, is what I do is when I go to the, can you see my feet?
Yeah, we can see.
I've been down, right? Yeah. Okay, so when you go to the end of the runway, put your both legs like this, very straight. What you're gonna do, you're gonna put one leg in the back, you're gonna turn super fast, put your leg super strong, that way you don't fall, and you try to take again the same line that you were walking at. So this is a lot of control of the body, of the legs, of everything. So let me do it again. The turn, the end, and then you're gonna turn your feet like this, and then your leg. Do the first step, and then you keep walking. Can you see it well? Yeah, the turn. Okay. So there's two different turns, and for a casting, you can do whatever turn you want. You can stop a little bit and then turn, or you can do the U-turn. And you go to the side, the U-turn. You go to this side or to this side. And depends on the runway, if it's tiny, if it's big. From the sides, you're gonna calculate always your center. And always the focus. And remember that there's always models around you, and you need to be in your line very straight, because if somebody is coming in this side, you're just gonna have just a little space for the other model to walk. So you always need to create your imaginary line on your mind, so that way you're good. Okay, somebody can come from this side or this other side, okay? And I don't know if you would like me to explain a little bit about poses, or to explain very fast about how you can dress. But I told you how you can dress and what you can do on a casting also.
Yeah, we would love to hear about
Yeah, I mean,
poses.
yeah. What you do on a casting is just the basic runway, like what we did do at the beginning. What we did. Sorry. So you go to the client. Hi, my name is Annie. Nice to meet you. Hey, they're gonna ask you straight to the point. What's your name? What's your age? Your height? Your measurement? Whatever question they have, and they're gonna ask you, hey, can you walk? Because they don't make a lot of questions. And then when you're in front of them, what you're gonna do, you just turn and you start walking, and you do this, and you turn one, and you do like 2 rounds of runway. So that way, when you go straight to the point to the client and then ask you to walk, you just turn, you look secure, and you start your walk. You turn, and you stop with the client at the end here. And then you can stop, keep talking with them. Don't ask the client, hey, do you want me to go here, from there, or ask too many questions? How do you want me to walk? Never ask these questions. You just do your basic. And if the client wants something else, they're gonna ask you to do it. Hey, can you walk faster? Can you walk slower? Can you walk, man? Can you walk a little bit more romantic? Depends on the client, but what you're gonna do is just basic. And this basic, you can also do it in the commercial side. So that way you're in the between. And if the client wants you to be more like smiling, they're gonna ask you also. Okay, so this is the basic for fashion and commercial. And depends on how you wanna present yourself, how you wanna walk. Is your cross. You can be the kind of model, for example, Natasha Polly. What I love about her is that she crosses her legs like a lot. It's always a cross. And she looks like she's jumping, you know? And it looks nice with the hips. Or you can also follow just your line. Less hips. You see the difference? Okay. And I would love to talk about poses and photo.
Yes, if you don't
If
mind,
you have,
we do have a couple questions also.
yeah, please. Let's go with the questions before we go with the poses.
Okay, so Sasha hasn't asked a question yet, so we'll let her go first, and then we have Sonia and Brian.
Right. So my question was on hand placement, because I know we covered that once already in a session with somebody else, I can't remember whom, but I just wanted to ask some questions about hand placement. Like, it's okay, but like, should we keep it exaggerated in some of these interviews, or should we just not bother with hand placement at all? That was more or less my question.
You're asking me about poses or runway, right?
Like hand placement.
Runway.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, don't like if the client don't ask you, don't do this. But if they ask you, do this. If you want to put your hands on your hips, on your waist, no, you can do this. Look at my hands, and you always do this, and you relax your fingers because when you're stressed, you can look at your fingers and you just do it very,
Just like
elegant, hold with one arm. And also you can do this. This.
okay, so that one's
But this is more nice, more commercial. You can, for example, do this at Victoria's Secret. If you're fashion, as a fashion model, you just do this. And then your hands are gonna be super relaxed, and then you're gonna be like this. Like that. Like normal, like resting. So your arms like this. And they're gonna just move with your walk. No, you don't need to move them or like do this with your hands because it doesn't look good. Don't put your hands like this, like that. Always straighten your fingers, relax, shake them, and just they go with the flow, with your body. Yeah, they move with your shoulders, your arms, everything. Mhm. And then try also we try to control body so that way we're not like, you know, or like moving like this. I used to do this a lot when I walk. So try to control and your arms all the time. So commercial, if they ask you, and then yeah. Perfect. You have another question?
Sonia has a question, right? Sonia.
Yeah. Hi, Anne. So I just want to ask that, for example, you are going for a casting, and is it like you have to do like a mixture of walks, or you should go for just a basic walk? And how about the hand placements? Is it like you as questioned before? I'm sorry, I'm asking again. So is it like it has to be in between your walks? Yeah, sorry, I'm asking a lot of questions in one go. Yeah. So it's mainly for the casting.
About the so depends on the runway. If it's commercial or fashion, it's okay. Do the basic, hands down. And if the client or if it's Victoria's Secret, for example, and you know it's Victoria's Secret, and you know all the models do this with the hands, just look at the last shows and you're like, okay, I'm gonna do that at the casting. You can do that. But if you look at the runways and you can see that the last runways, the model don't do that, just do the basic. But always the basic. Always stay with the basic. So that way it's not too much for the client and not less. Always in a between, but with good work, So they just want to see that you walk, that you can walk, and then they're gonna ask you if hips, the hands on the hips and whatever. And now your other question was.
And sorry, can I ask one more? I'll be quick. So just with the, I'm getting so excited asking so many questions. Such a good information you're giving today. So
okay.
another question is like,
I'm here.
yeah. My another question is like, for example, when you're walking, how do you like practice your hands with your walk? Like yours is like so natural because I know you have been in this industry for such a long time. But I'm like, how do you for us like I'm still getting there. So how do you like practice? Like basically, how do you practice in your everyday to day life? like even when you're walking, you want to have a bit of practice. How do you recommend we
Okay,
should do
so
it?
I will recommend you first, if you're starting, to start with your hands like this first. So that way you're focused on your legs. And then when you have your steps and your runway with the legs, you can put your hands super straight in the back. So this way you could control them a little bit. So you're gonna tug in your mind. So don't move your hands too much. And then you walk and you try to control them, but at the same time, you just leave them like without like, don't put any pressure to the hands, just go with the flow. When you are straight in your back, your hands are just like resting. And I don't put any strength on my arms when I'm walking. So that way they're moving like this, you know. But at the same time, I don't want to be walking like this, you know, like super relaxed. So I need to be in between. So it's everything is about posture, good posture, and just do this before the runway, and that way your hands are just gonna be like this. Like when you walk, it's just imagine yourself walking as a normal on the street, how you walk, you know, but with a little bit of choreography. So you just relax your arms, you just walk.
Yeah. Thank you. That was really great information. Thanks.
Brian, you have a question?
Yeah. So I've seen outdoor catwalks and I've seen indoor catwalks. What would happen if like it's in like the winter or like fall when weather really gets cooler? How do we handle that for doing the walkway? Say if it's looking really windy or like snowing, like unexpected weather.
Well, we have always this problem because, for example, you do runways 6 months before the season. So you always go, you know, for example, now their show, I think is, well, let me tell you, I have an experience that I remember now. I was doing InStyle magazine in New York, and this is an example. They shoot editorials, they do runway 6 months before when they're gonna present it or put it out. Okay, so I was in winter time in February, and I was wearing a bathing suit in front of the water, and it was freezing and it was snowing, but I had to do the editorial. You know, as a model, you need to be professional and you need to be mentally prepared that sometimes you are gonna have to be doing a campaign for winter on the desert, and as a model, you have to do it. And of course they help you with water, with the fan, with I don't know, whatever you need in the moment. Or between times you can be taking out your jacket, or for example, if you are shooting like me, bathing suits and stuff in the winter time, they're always, and you have an assistant, you have a stylist, you have the assistant of the stylist, so they're always taking care of you. But this is something that always happens, and as a model, we need to be always professional and show that we can do that and more. Have you seen, for example, as America's Next Top Model, that they have like very strong uh, things that they do as a model, like how do you call it, like they do so many things, no? Walk on the runway, very hard runway show, or do an editorial that it's, I don't know, a very hard editorial. So in the model industry, it's always like that. There's always something that you were not thinking about, but you have to do it. So you need to be, you know, always prepared for that, because that always happens. Always
Yeah.
happens.
Okay, that'd be good there because I know we get like a lot of extreme weather up here, especially during the winters in Alberta and Saskatchewan, and they got longer winters. So that's kind of want to know.
How it works, but yeah, as a model, so, there's always I have these problems because the studio are always freezing also, even if it's, you know, if it's inside. So yeah, there's always this thing with the weather. But as a model, because you need to shoot like that, your I don't know, your photo needs to be with the base is not covering. You need to be that like that in the photo. No? They're gonna do for everything so that way you're comfortable. They take care of you, but we need to work with that.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. You have any other question?
I don't see any other hand raised. Do you want to cover poses for us real quickly before we run out of time?
Yeah, of course. So you told me, okay, so at the beginning you told me that somebody raised their hand, right? Like for a question?
Yeah, so
That's
there's
what you told me, right?
yes, and so there's no hand raised right now. So if we have a few more minutes, if you don't mind covering some poses, we'd love that.
Yeah, for sure. So I want to talk about editorials and commercial posing and fashion posing. So in the fashion industry, for example, posing for magazine, you can always look at the models doing very exaggerated poses, very weird poses, and I don't know, very I don't know, like they look very long on the photo. So I wanna give you some tips so that way you always show your long neck, your long arms and your legs. So for example, I have tricks for the camera. The photographers normally shoot like this, how the camera is, like a little bit down, so that way the model looks taller. So I always practice in the mirror. I recommend you to always do that. To look to film yourself when you pose, and to always ask questions, to study about the other models. For example, sometimes you have photo shoots and you work with other people, so that way always looking and learning is very important. So I always try, like my secret to pose and look very long on my photos, because I always do angles with my arms, with my hands, with my legs. So always think in your mind, have in your mind to look taller on the photos, always taller. So always you need to be very straight with your back. This helps you a lot with poses. Try to make angles with the legs that you always show. You don't cut your body, you exaggerate. I always like to imagine myself as a snake. So I like to, I don't know, for example, this is a normal pose. And if I want to do exaggerated, I put my hips to this side, my waist to this side, my hands, and I exaggerate my arms, and then everything is in synchrony like a snake. I put angles, I do triangles with my body. This is gonna help you a lot. Always put your neck very exaggerated, put it up, put your chin up. This way you're gonna look taller. So if you focus on your legs, like looking taller, doing this kind of movement, if for example your height is, you're not so tall, you always stretch your body very nice, and this way you can play with the camera and kind of trick the photo. And also for the face, I like to do something that is called, like, I call it like the clock. That is like the hours. That, for example, if you don't know how to pose much, I like to start posing, but I start doing this with my face. One pose. This way, you always have, for example, you have one pose like this, okay? And the photographer is saying like, hey, stay with that pose. I love that pose. Just move your face. For you to have different poses in photos, sometimes make something that they like, you're gonna start just doing your face like down, like the clock. You look down, you look up, down. You can start making faces like exaggerating. Okay, so doing the clock in your poses is gonna help you a lot to have a lot of photos on the runway, because in the editorials with photographers, we need to be changing or poses very fast. So for you to not be changing your whole body, just you can be doing one pose and you start doing, and then you can switch also your body, giving angles. It's very important also if you're doing a shooting with a bag, for example, that you play with the bag. For example, if the client is contacting you for a campaign for bags, you always need to work with the bag. So you always play with it. Put your hands very nice. You start moving your face, like exaggerating. Like as I told you, you move always your arms and your hands, and you start playing with the product. Very important when they contact you for a campaign, that always be focus on what you have to sell. And before every photo shoot, I recommend you to ask the client what they want, what is the mood board of the shooting. And that way, you know, maybe the client doesn't want you to be exaggerated. Maybe the client wants you to be relaxed, you know, like tired, or they want you to be more energetic, more Coco Rocha poses, more high fashion. For models, for male models, this works a lot. They pose more natural, and you know your angles, and then you do your things. You know, like you can do this, that, and some. There's a lot of other things I want to talk to you guys about. Do you have any questions?
No questions.
Okay.
I do have a question though, Annie, if you don't mind. Where can we find you, like to follow your social media? What's your Instagram?
Yeah, I'm gonna. Annie Van Rickley is ANIEVAN space RICKLEY. Annie Van Rickley. It's like the name that I have on my screen.
Okay.
I have TikTok and I have Instagram, and also on TikTok I talk about modeling. If you want to learn a little bit more about my work as a model, and then I give tips and runway poses, and yeah, I talk about the industry on my TikTok. And I think now you can translate the videos, so I think that can work for you guys if some of you just speak English. I think you can understand a little bit these videos.
I just put it in the chat for everyone.
Okay, thank you very much. You have some other questions?
Any other questions since we're wrapping up with our time, guys? Anybody else? No, I think that's it. Do you have any exciting shows coming up that you're walking in?
Yeah, Fashion Week Mexico is coming. So yeah, I'm doing Fashion Week Mexico, and I've been working. I worked before for Carolina Herrera, Dolce Gabbana, Elisa, Rick Owens, and Altusara. So many, so many things that I have. I need more time to explain to you guys everything, but I'm so happy. I got to give you guys this class, and that you like it, and you understand a little bit what I said.
No, it was perfect. We appreciate your time today. Thank you so much for being with us. And hopefully we can get you back on at some point so that we can dive even deeper.
Yeah, I have a lot of information, and that would be nice. I will be happy to be back.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much. Thanks for taking time out of your weekend for joining us today. Performers, I do have a couple of things I just want to mention to you guys before you leave, but let's give a round of applause for Annie for being with us.
Wow, you're
Thank you.
beautiful. So beautiful.
No, thank you guys.
Thank you so
And of
much.
course, I love to teach what I've been learning from. I've been modeling for 15 years, and when I started, it was very hard for me to know about the industry, about poses, about runway. I was not perfect. I had to learn this little by little. So of course, this is why I like to talk about modeling and to give you guys tips, and also on my social media. Yeah, and if you have any questions, you have my social media, and you can ask me any question anytime, and I will be happy to reply to you guys.
Perfect. We will do that. We'll all follow you.
Yeah.
You just got 500 new followers. Oh,
Yeah,
well, there's not 500 in here, but
you got me.
all right. Well, thank you so much for being with us.
And I recommend you guys start acting also. It's gonna help you because as a model, you have a lot of commercials, and it's a lot of money. You can make a lot of money on commercials as actor and model. Yeah. Okay. Take care.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Thank you so much. You too.
Buenas
Bye.
noches, Annie.
Buenas noches.